A group of retired education and health professionals in Palmerston North was excited by a program they saw at Russell Street School based on the Australian Stephanie Alexander Kitchen Garden program. They thought that with New Zealand-specific adaptations, they could develop something similar across primary schools in Palmerston North. In January 2009, they began the not-for-profit Plant to Plate Gardening and Cooking in Primary Schools program, which is currently offered through Supergrand's Manawatu. It's proven very popular and is already in 8 schools. Its vision is connection with the earth keeps us healthy and encourages independence. Plant to Plate provides free service, which on request brings groups of police-vetted volunteers who are competent gardeners and cooks into primary schools. Each school has different needs, requiring the Plant to Plate program to provide a degree of flexibility from school to school. Typically, though, they offer schools 3 or more sessions per group, where their volunteers help schools become self-sufficient in running a school vegetable garden, and teach children the life skills needed to grow, cook, and share food. Usually the class or group is divided in half, with one half gardening while the other cooks. Then they swap over so everyone has a turn at each aspect. One session finishes with a sit-down meal which the class has cooked for themselves using garden produce. On our visit to Linton Country School, we saw the 3rd session in as many weeks facilitated by Plant to Plate. The first 2 sessions involved deciding with the children what they wanted in the way of gardens and where to best locate them. This was done with a great deal of input from Sian, a trained horticulturalist and Supergrand's volunteer. The second week involved designing what they wanted. The 4 raised macrocarpa gardens were placed in time for the 3rd Creating Week, where the children worked with Plant to Plate volunteers to put together all the materials and plant their gardens. The school was divided into 2 groups. Both groups had turns to work on the garden and in the hall where food preparation took place. They made fruit kebabs, mixed salads, potato bake, pumpkin fritters, and chocolate slice. The children then set the tables and everyone, children, volunteers, teachers and invited community members had a sit-down lunch. The cooking sessions cover food hygiene, basic cooking, boiling, steaming, light frying, baking, the use of seasonal produce and the creation of tasty, healthy meals. The emphasis is on using food which is readily available, cheap and easy to prepare. Schools meet costs of around $80 for the food and $80 for plants and seedlings, which are sourced by Plant to Plate. Where necessary, Plant to Plate tries to help with this by linking the school with alternative funding sources, especially for costs incurred in setting up the gardens. For Somerset, a Decile 1 school we visited, Plant to Plate itself paid for the macrocarpa surrounds and compost needed for the children to start their 2 gardens. Most primary schools don't have kitchens for students' use, and arrangements for classroom cooking activities can sometimes be a little haphazard.
Can you just move around there a bit, please?
Plant to Plate supplies a portable kitchen with small ovens, cooking utensils, cutlery and crockery to add to what's available in the school. The messages of Plant to Plate for children are about sustainability, self-sufficiency, thrifty living, seasonality, kaitiakitanga and economic independence. Key ingredient of the success of the Plant to Plate program is that it has strong links with other community organisations such as Supergrand's, Palmerston North City Environmental Network and service groups, Rotary, Probus and Inner Wheel, as well as local businesses such as nurseries. These community links enable Plant to Plate to find resources and volunteers with the right skills to support schools gardening and cooking activities in a practical way. An important element of the program is the provision of skilled horticultural advice and ongoing mentoring, which is not often readily available to schools. Jean's sessions cover soil preparation, growing seeds, planting seedlings, fertilising, mulching, composting, worm farming, weeding, pests, and where to seek help. One of Plant to Plate's strengths is that it fosters nurturing relationships with schools and works hard to meet their needs over time. While they've been in operation for only 3 terms, teachers and principals speak very highly of it and appreciate the program, the volunteers, and the ongoing mentoring and advice they give. Plant to Plate is now seeking to formalise and expand their program into 60 Manawatu schools over the next 5 years.
We've done a 12-month plan, and we did a 3-year plan. Always my philosophy is replace yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.